So our next topic is, let's start with a question. Do personal injury claims come in different types or different categories, different kinds of personal injury claims based on the facts? And the answer is yes. So the one we see commonly and people understand fairly well, I think, is car crashes, right? And by the way, sometimes they're caused accidents. I just want you to know I don't like that word. Here's why. If in fact we're talking about a personal injury claim, it means someone is at fault. Someone was negligent and that caused harm. But a lot of people think the word accident means, well, it was an accident. Nobody's at fault. And in the legal world, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about weather. We're not talking about an act of God in some sense. We're talking about something that occurred that was preventable. Car crashes, rules of the road, stop sign, failure to yield, passing properly, speed limits. That makes sense? So car crashes, let's use the diagram. If there's negligence, how's it proven? Well, in a perfect case, and not all things are perfect in the world, a police officer or witnesses were at the scene. They did interviews, etc. There's confirmation. Maybe there's a video at an intersection or something like that, or maybe somebody took a picture with their cell phone or something. So there's evidence of negligence, who was at fault, and now the question is what harms were caused? What treatment did the injured person need? What economic losses were there? How did it affect their quality of life? What were the damages over here? And the key thing here is you have to prove that this negligence caused this harm. Now, sometimes people have pre-existing conditions. Sometimes they have age. Life is a pre-existing condition. So there's always this necessity that you show that the negligence caused the harm. And sometimes that can be emotional harm, PTSD issues. Sometimes it can be concussions that are not objectively verifiable, okay? Here's another type of case. Premises liability case. You have a hazardous condition on property, okay? Hazardous condition. That hazardous condition led to someone being injured. How about medical negligence? Healthcare mistakes. Was there negligence? This would be called the standard of care in medical negligence case. Was there treatment below the standard of care? Was the healthcare provider at fault? But you have to be able to prove that this negligence caused this harm. And that's challenging because usually the patient is going to the doctor for some reason. So the healthcare bureaucracy will say, well, they already had a condition. So again, the challenge is to prove these issues. And by the way, who has the burden of proof? We'll talk about that next, but the burden of proof is on the injured person. They have to prove there was negligence, fault, liability, causing harm. And almost in every situation, these incidents are preventable. Hope that helps.